Mark, we need to bring back Rashford. I think he's the missing piece. I'm going to answer this. I mean, it's completely off-piste, but I'm going to answer this. So, Loresta says, we need to bring Rashford back. I think he is the missing piece. I saw something today from a low-level source that Man United are considering bringing Marcus Rashford back. If we bring Marcus Rashford back, I think it's the biggest mistake Marcus Rashford's going to make in his career. And that's genuine, right? You left Man United for a new challenge, in your own words, right? You left Man United for a new challenge. You went to Barcelona, where you're doing really well, at one of the best clubs in the world that's going to be in the Champions League every year and compete for the La Liga every year, and you're going to go to the World Cup. Why would you come back to Manchester United? Because if you come back to Manchester United, right, the first bad game you have, people will get on your back, and half the fan base won't want you back. So why would you come back? I don't know why you would bother coming back. Would I take him back? Well, I can only say one thing. No, I wouldn't take him back, because I literally sat here, a week or two ago, about Ollie saying, I don't believe in going back. I don't believe in going back. We brought Cristiano Ronaldo back, and I said yes, because it was pure and utter fantasy to see Ronaldo back in a Man United shirt, and you only live once. And that's because Ronaldo's just one of the best players that's ever played the game. And ultimately that ended badly, didn't it? So we shouldn't be going back with anybody. We shouldn't go back with Rashford. We shouldn't go back with Ollie. We shouldn't go back with Mourinho. We just shouldn't go back, because the clue is in the word. Why go back when we want to go forward? So no, I wouldn't do it. But the reason I mentioned him first is because, if I say I don't want him back, oh, you're so negative. I don't want him back because I don't think we should go back. But for him, I don't think he should come anywhere near. And also, I think Rashford would be naive to come back for the reasons I've said. But also, he'd be naive to go, I'll come back now Amorim's gone. Because it wasn't Ruben Amorim that wanted rid of Rashford. It was Sir Jim Radcliffe. It was Jason Wilcox. It was Omar Barada. They wanted him gone as well because of the money. The same reason they want Casemiro gone. The same reason they were probably pushing for Bruno to go in the summer. The same reason they want Sancho gone. So he'd still be working for those people. I told you this will happen. Every now and then he says he would leave and they give him a new contract. I'm sick of this shit. Player power again, says Sheriff. Well, that's a very different approach to it. But look, I've got to say, this is why I love this community. Should Bruno leave in the summer? No, 55%, but a very high yes, 45%. Ricky's been on his bots again. If you check Ricky's Instagram out, it's always sunny. Well, in the UK at the moment, it's raining a lot. So Ricky's got this little haven. I think it's in Barbados, right? And what he shows you is the sea behind, but in front of him, he's got loads and loads of workers on loads of phones and laptops jumping onto polls like this to say, get rid of Bruno. I'm telling you now, get rid of Bruno. Get rid of him. But I'm surprised I'm surprised. Will some of you tell me then, what if you're in that 45%, why? Why would you get rid of him? Because look, as I said, for me as a number 10, it's absolutely no. If we're playing him in the midfield, it's absolutely yes. But now he's in the number 10 position, which is where I want him to play. It's no. I just can't understand why I would look at the Bruno situation today and go, I don't want him to be here in December doing the same thing. In the same calendar year, all right, there's 2 seasons, but I've got to lose him in the middle of the year. No, why? Why would I remove a player that has got absolutely no traits that's going to diminish in the next 2 years? His pace isn't really that important. And he's not, I don't think pace is a massive part of his game anyway. He's not going to lose his touch. He's not going to lose his dead ball ability. I just don't see why you'd say get rid of Bruno in the summer. It's such a huge risk for me. As Gene says, keep Bruno if he's a 10. David says, well, no. User says it hopefully would allow us to strengthen. Yeah, but you know what? I know Everton sell players to buy other players, But Man United, if you're selling your best player so you can buy midfielders, that's a bad message. It's a great point, but it's a bad message. And you might be right with it, and that might be why Man United do it, but you don't sell your best player to fund other players. That's not the behaviour of a top club. Sometimes Ronaldo wants to go to Real Madrid and there's nothing you can do about it, so you use that money for other players. You know, sometimes Coutinho wants to leave Liverpool and you use that money to, you know, buy players. But you don't willingly sell your best player to rebuild a team. That's not how it works. And people will say, well, you said we need a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, but that was a very different situation. That was Manchester United losing the Europa League final, finishing 15th in the Premier League, hitting a supposed rock bottom with no money. They were telling us we had no money. And you've got £90 million from Saudi coming in for Bruno, and you might go, mate, well, if we're ever going to do it, now's the time to do it. And also for me, a lot of that was because he was probably going to play in the midfield as well.